Hi folks, welcome back to our second map of Overwatch here today. We have Lopsticles versus the blue team right here on Illios. Both teams are rolling out now onto the well.
And dive is happening for both teams as both teams begin to initiate onto point. Getting a little bit of poke damage as Winston comes on to right side of yellow and getting punished by that as Alpha Prime goes into the well by PXM. Big boop there as Genji dashes back, trying to keep alive. Destroyer trying to get a little bit of boop action here, but unfortunately does not get anything as Blue begins to push back, tries to keep and conserve some time here. Tropic does get pushed out of mech as Mended begins to push onto Monkey. Nerf getting punished a bit as Blue is forced to reset. Matt Thriller there getting a 2K on Tracer.
Yeah, they're going to have to shut down Matt Thriller still. We saw that last fight. They weren't paying enough attention to him.
Definitely.
Or to Vel for that matter. Vel got another sleep onto the Winston as he was trying to jump out, dramatically slowing him down and just hitting the nades, keeping his team alive.
Definitely. We will see if Blue does end up punishing Vel in backlines right here. Lost action getting a little bit of poke damage as Steve Rogers does get down Destroyer. Pulse comes out to play as Mr. Asterisk does push onto healers, but not getting anything. Big boot from PXM, getting a lot of those environmental. Monkey trying to get an environmental on Diva, which he does succeed at. Blue giving Blue a little bit more momentum to play around here. Getting sleep by Vel, Vel getting punished for the first time all game, and his tanks ending up protecting him.
Yeah, still a scrappy fight here for Yellow, trying to tick down that percentage as much as they can in their favor before fully giving up the point.
Definitely. And it does. Steve Rogers is getting some key picks here on Genji as Blue is again staggering themselves onto point.
Yeah, Yellow team continuing to maintain control of the objective at 67% here and counting. I mean, the boops are coming through, and Matt Thriller's getting the pressure on the backline he needs, right, as you see right there.
Definitely. Yellow is just continuing the momentum, almost going into Blue spawn, with ults coming online for both teams. The Blue team does have some pretty big ults here. What they really need right now is, I would say, a EMP bomb.
Absolutely, or at least EMP to remove Yellow team's ultimates for a short time to get them cleared out. Definitely. We're pushing 93% here on the point, so...
Huge RB push left and right as EMP does come about. Mended Joker does get a kill on Nerf from his Blossom, and teams are still brawling it out on point here. Bomb is pushed out, but unfortunately does not get anybody as it goes over the wall. Teams are still brawling as Blue is desperately trying to stay in the game here on overtime on well. Monkey trying to antagonize the backline, but is purpled by Vel and slept by Vel. Big sleep by Vel as Blue is continuing desperately to try to keep alive in this game. Monkey does continue to push back onto his team as Yellow begins to clean up this fight. Lucio and Moira are the only ones on fight. Actually, Winston is there too, desperately trying to get heals, but Vel does eliminate him. Big kill from Vel as Diva tries to stay alive, tries to stall for point, but it does look like Yellow will potentially be cleaning up this fight. Sombra tries for last ditch efforts and transports out as Diva is pushed off the point.
Nice job by Lopsticles. That was a great clean fight. I mean, Vel was getting nasty sleeps onto the blue team.
Definitely.
Yeah, Steve Rogers really looking to capitalize on all the different opportunities he sees in the back, being aggressive and going for it. Oh, Tropic, we are going to have to see blue team really play a different game than we've been seeing if they want to stand a chance against Yellow.
You know, I think they really need to just focus on Vel. Vel is just getting heals off their tanks, just keeping them alive, uncontested at all. You know, Alpha Prime did try to get a little bit of poke onto Vel, but his Yellow's tanks just ended up, you know, keeping
peeling
him alive,
back.
Peeling back.
Yep. Peeling back, helping. I mean, geez, I'd kill for a tank like that when I'm healer. I'm alone. There's no one to save me.
Protect me.
But I mean, I don't know if Vel would feel that way with the way he's been hitting his sleep darts. Psh, Alone, no problem.
This kid is going places after his divorce. I heard it was pretty nasty, and all he's been doing is playing Overwatch, so...
I
You know what?
mean, I
We'll
heard he
definitely see
lost
that.
everything but the PC.
That's what I heard too! You know, there's a lot of stories in the news about him, and here we are, seeing him in action. It does seem like that deal is coming to his favor. Maybe we might see him in OWL soon.
I mean, you know, less distractions from, you know, relationships and houses, all the more to focus clicking
I heard
heads.
that his wife, even his ex-wife, even took the fish, and you know how much he loves his fish.
Oh my.
Ugh.
The poor little beta fish, man.
Yes, the beta fish.
You don't. I mean, it's a solo fish, so at least he's not going to miss him.
True. I did hear that it's all going to Mr. Beta Fish, so we will see how he pushes and wins this point, if it'll be in favor of Mr. Beta Fish. Both teams are starting on to brawl on the point, as blue is more of a brawl and yellow continues to dive on the point. Both teams are brawling on yellow side as tanks Mr. Asterisk swinging left and right, trying to get that diva out of mech. Blue, Nerf does dive on the point, trying to pick off those healers for blue, but it does look like Mended Joker will be a key aspect in clearing this fight for blue here, in favor of blue. Yellow is forced to reset. Tropic does try to get a little bit of action, little diva here, but is absolutely taken down by Mended Joker.
Yeah, and you know, Steve Rogers still really doing a great job keeping a hard presence on the point. Ooh, being the real hero Captain America he is.
This could come into Yellow's favor right here, as that's, again, a big ante from Val, letting Nerf take down that Lucio. Mr. Asterisk is the only person trying to stall time for blue, as Yellow does end up capping it. Wow, with 30% with blue.
You know, I'm surprised blue even got that much control. It didn't seem like they had possession of the point for very long at all. Yellow was constantly making sure that they are on their toes.
Yes, especially with Matt Thriller just peppering all the supports off in the back line.
Yeah, I mean, we need Lost Action to be doing that against Vel.
Nanoblade is pushed as Steve Roger does dive on the point, slishing and slashing with his blade, getting 1 kill and 2 kills with that Diva mech as well.
We'll give him 1 kill. Mech doesn't count.
Maybe 1.5.
Right? 1 and a dash. We're about to see a lot of ultimates come out from the blue team, though. Almost all 6 are online. If they could stay alive long enough to group up and use them.
PMX does have a defensive ult, but I would guess that both tank ults will be coming out right here if they really want to clean up fight for yellow.
Yeah, Matt Thriller could get a big pulse bomb, or at least a nasty enough one to prevent blue from pushing again anytime soon.
Does look like blue will push on this right side corridor, trying to get a little bit of peppering damage as Ryan does come out of that choke here. Bomb is pushed out, but gets nobody, just creating space for team. Meta Joker is harassing Nerf on point as he's also hacked, pushing up. Tanks are traded for both yellow and blue, as Matt continues to just pepper that team, getting finishing blows on blue, cleaning up the fight. Wow.
Ooh, and 2 punches for the yellow team to end it there and clean it up. I mean, blue still has 5 ultimates online. I am surprised that they didn't throw a little bit more at that fight.
Blue has
only
to
have
get
1 more round to
some
contest.
big ults here with 90% on the board for yellow.
Wow!
Big shatter by blue. Big shatter pop blossom as blue starts to push Hughes, getting 1 kill for yellow. 2, Diva Mech is pushed out, but Steve Roger trying to save the fight for yellow, Vel just keeping alive desperately as he gets a big ante, but Mended Joker does end up turning this point around for blue.
And Vel with the 2 kills at the end as well, still being aggressive on this point. I mean, yellow flipping it just in a flash. Almost nothing for the blue.
Wow. You know, with this team consistently, it seems like blue will take it, and then yellow just comes into play again. Steve Rogers, you know what?
He's trying to be the hero, man, and he
really
is doing a good job at it.
He has retired from the neighborhood, out to fight some justice now, and he has proven himself. Definitely.
Alright, he got the super serum, he got the memo, and he's there. But Val, I mean, can we even once again, Vel just completely uncontested, also getting kills at this point, which shows, Blue is not recognizing him as a threat.
No.
You have got to recognize Vel as a bigger threat.
He's out to make his beta fish proud, and he is doing him justice.
I mean, if that's when you only have your beta fish, that's the only one you gotta impress.
Definitely, 100%.
Probably relieves a lot of stress, We have been seeing some continued good play from Burnout as well.
Yes,
not as much on the Coalescence side, but I don't really think there's been as much opportunity for him to really use it as a critical... Yeah.
This is going to be a really nice map for Moira too, because we have that inside house that can be perfect for some damage orbs, can be perfect for some healing orbs. It's just nice comfy spot for Mr. Asher to be kept alive in there.
It's real easy to pinball those orbs in there. I'm actually surprised that Nerf stayed on Winston. I mean, they were continuing to win and hold the point, so maybe not. But with the blue team on Reaper, I wonder if he will be a little bit bigger threat.
True. So we'll see if Reaper does just focus on Nerf. It does look like there is going to be a hack immediately on Tropic as she immediately goes down, getting Blue the upper hand. Boop is pushed onto Alpha Prime as yet Blue is continued up in numbers with this last map here. Big anti again from Vel, pushing on the point, but unfortunately there's no follow-up as Steve Rogers desperately tries to get out of here.
Well, that's how the second point went as well, with blue team capping initially, so we'll have to see how this one plays out. Not too much ultimates online yet. We have Earth Shatter for blue team coming up, so still going to be a pretty ability-oriented fight.
Definitely. There does seem to be a Cole coming up too, as Yellow takes high ground, just trying to get some peppering picks off of Yellow, as Yellow does begin their dive on the point. Alpha Prime is low and gets dashed by Steve Rogers. Fight begins to be brawled out on the point as Cole is pushed out by Blue, definitely trying to keep her team alive. 2 picks for Blue right now, but unfortunately that is not going to be enough, as it does seem like Yellow is cleaning up the fight here with Divas on some melees, and Reaper's body just flies off a point. The animation sometimes in Overwatch.
Oh man, and Tropic just punching the crap out of the other team. No questions asked. I feel bad for the healers on the blue team. They took down both tanks on Lopsicle, and when your healers are the ones doing damage, it's a little frustrating some days.
No, definitely. And Blue is going to go down and begin brawling on this corner point on the left side here. Mended Joker is booped off the point with PXM just getting those consistent environmental kills. Nanoblade is pushed on the point as Yellow just presses Q left and right, cleaning up the fight here with Nerf saving himself, just saving that jump just in time, and unfortunately Ryan's efforts are not fulfilled as Yellow again resets his fight for Blue.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Asterisk was gonna go for that, charge him and push him just off the edge where you drop him, and Nerf wasn't having it. Had the jump ready and the follow-up from his team to also take down Mr. Asterisk.
Definitely. It does look like Blue does have quite a bit of ults here, so we will see how Yellow defends here with only that Lucio beat.
Right. I mean, PXM has been getting some massive boops. I mean, not a lot of people, but consistently 1 or 2 every fight. They have got to watch that corner.
Yeah, they are beginning to brawl on the point here, as Mr. Asher goes down immediately from that charge, and Blue does back up again, pushing a reset.
Yeah, Lopsticles now capping at around 80%, so Blue is definitely going to need to be... Oh, what a pulse from Matt Thriller on Mended Joker. That's going to be another stagger for Blue. Oh, more time on the clock.
Solo shatter on... No, duo shatter on the tanks for Mr. Asterisk here. They are trying to push in with this momentum that Mr. Asterisk created for Blue Team as they push on the point. EMP is pushed out as half the team is pushed. Qs are being pushed by Blue, but unfortunately, Yellow is continuing to hold their ground here. Diva does come out of mech as Brawl begins to continue on the point. Cole is pushed out by Burnout as he tries desperately to keep Mr. Asterisk alive. And we will never know what happens because Overwatch replays stopped here. How unfortunate.
I mean, Overwatch wants us to be like so worried about the mystery and on our seats in anticipation, and then boom, teases us.
To
Done.
to watch the last 10 seconds of the game, please purchase Overwatch.
Please, spend real money for this in-game feature. After you bought the $60 game. Oh, and the console, right? Or PC, right.
But it does look like Yellow does take it in the end there. Wow,
Totally.
Syd. You know, who would you call the MVP after seeing these two maps?
Ven, for sure.
Vel?
Vel, thank you. Vel. Absolutely Vel.
Definitely.
Just the nanos were there when they needed to be. I mean, we saw Nano Blade pulled multiple times.
Consistently.
Yeah, the antis onto both the opposing team, the sleep, so it's
Honestly,
Vel. There's no way.
We can't forget that sleep on Sombra on Iconvolve. It's definitely Vel. And
Which one?
I know! And honestly, he was just so uncontested. I would think that Sombra, lost in action, would have been just picking at Vel left and right, going behind lines, but there was no contest. Absolutely no contest.
Especially after he saw the sleep throne.
I don't
want to cut Matt Thriller short because I do think that he did a good job. Yeah, especially on Illios, definitely causing everyone to have to turn around enough, and Steve Rogers was there to dash through and clean it up.
Definitely.
But all around, some really quality Overwatch from Lopsticles.
Big plays from Lopsticles, and thank you again, folks, for joining us here on this Tuesday afternoon, and we hope to see you again in the near future.
Bye.
Did I do it? Was I not recording? I think I was recording.
I hope you're